Hello guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing my May 2019 NHL mock draft and my top 15 prospect order predictions. Now we're about a month away from the NHL draft, so which prospects will be taken in the top 15 and which teams will these prospects go to? Watch till the end to find out. Now, a big thing to note is that this is not my personal rankings. I did that. You can watch it on the channel. I did that a few days back. If you want to watch that, you can. But this is my 2019 mock draft. This is where I think these guys will go, not where I think they should go. Now, going straight into it, at number 1, the New Jersey Devils, in my opinion, will select Jack Hughes. He's a center, an American, 17 years of age, 5'10", 170 pounds. I could go off on Jack Hughes, but some of you guys already know who he is, and a lot of you guys know him quite well. Now, in the most recent tournament, the World Junior Championships U18 level, he ended up playing 7 games with Team USA, getting 9 goals, 11 assists for 20 points. It was a dominating performance for him, and that might be the thing that puts him over the top in all honesty. When it comes to the New Jersey Devils, there have been some hints on their Twitter, especially on them maybe taking Kakko, them maybe taking Hughes. But when it comes to the New Jersey Devils, they'll have the hardest decision in this draft. Both guys are fantastic and will be fantastic NHL players, but in the end, I see them drafting Jack Hughes number 1. Now going on into number 2, and at number 2, the New York Rangers will have the easiest selection of this 2019 NHL draft, selecting Kaapo Kakko, the 2nd overall pick. He's a right winger, Finnish-born player, age 18, 6'2", 190 pounds. He was domination so far in the Liga this season, and with New York Rangers, again, whoever ends up being available for them at number 2 will be an easy pick, whether it's Jack Hughes or obviously Kaapo Kakko. Now, Kaapo Kakko in the Liga played 45 games in the regular season, getting 22 goals, 16 assists for 38 points. In the playoffs, he played 5 games, getting 4 goals, 1 assist for 5 points as well. With the World Junior Championship team of Team Finland, he ended up playing 7 games, getting 2 goals, 3 assists for 5 points too. And throughout the whole season, Kaapo Kakko has been straight brilliant, breaking Finnish records over in the Liga. In my personal opinion, I think he's the better prospect over Jack Hughes, but the New Jersey Devils will be the final defector of that. Whether they take Jack Hughes, whether they take Kaapo Kakko, the New York Rangers will still have an excellent pick available to them and an excellent player available at number 2, and they'll have an easy pick. Now, I feel like Jack Hughes will go to New Jersey, and Kaapo Kakko will fall a little bit to New York, but the Rangers will definitely take him as he is, in my opinion, the best prospect in this draft. Now, heading in on to the number 3 overall pick, the Chicago Blackhawks will pick Alex Turcotte. He's a center, an American, age 18, 5'11". He has had a fantastic season in the USDP, the USHL. When he has been healthy, he's been fantastic. And when it comes to Chicago, they'll have one of the most interesting picks in this draft, having a wide amount of options at number 3. Once it's Jack Hughes and Kaapo Kakko gone, Chicago will decide a lot of this draft. And I feel like Alex Turcotte, in my opinion, is the 3rd best prospect in this draft, and I think Chicago thinks the same. Now, in the USDP, he started out the season with 37 games played, getting 27 goals, 35 assists for 62 points. And when he played in the USHL versus the USHL, he played 16 games, getting 12 goals, 22 assists for 34 points. An excellent point-per-game number. In the World Junior Championships U18 level with Team USA, he ended up playing 7 games, getting 4 goals, 5 assists for 9 points. Of an excellent tournament as well. And when it comes to Alex Turcotte, again, Chicago will have options, but Alex Turcotte can be the next big center for Chicago. A guy that grew up in the Chicago area. He could be a guy that's that hometown kid, that hometown prospect, and he is an absolutely amazing player to go with that. His talent level is through the roof, and as a guy that doesn't really like Chicago too much, to see Alex Turcotte on Chicago would be scary. Now, heading in on to the 4th overall pick, the Colorado Avalanche will select Boehm Byram. He's a defenseman, Canadian, age 17, 6 foot, 194 pounds. And when it comes to Chicago, I think the 2 prospects they're dialing down right now is Boehm Byron and Alex Turcotte. But if Boehm Byron is available for Colorado, which could be a very good possibility, I think Colorado will pull the trigger and select Boehm Byram 4th overall. Now, in the WHL with the Vancouver Giants, he ended up playing 67 games, getting 26 goals, 45 assists for 71 points. In the playoffs with Vancouver, he ended up getting 15 games played, getting 7 goals, 11 assists for 18 points. And he's been fantastic for the Vancouver Giants, offensively, defensively. He can really bring it all. And while Colorado's defense might be set with Tyson Barrie and Cale Makar, and a guy like Boehm Byram to potentially have a Cale Makar and Boehm Byram pairing would be absolutely lethal. And I would love to see that. 2 dynamic offensive guys defensively that can have a lot of big impact. And while Colorado might want to fix around that top six, maybe draft a guy like Podkolzin, maybe Cozens, maybe Zegras, I'm thinking right now the defense is a good fit, especially if they want to trade a guy like Tyson Barrie in the offseason. Now going on to the 5th overall pick, and the Los Angeles Kings will select Vasily Podkolzin. He is a right winger, a Russian-born player, age 17. And when it comes to Podkolzin, the issues that he has are wide known. We don't really have too much of a sample size with him. The biggest sample size being his World Juniors with the U18 tournament and the U20 tournament. With Team Russia in the U18 tournament, he ended up playing 7 games, getting 1 goal, 3 assists for 4 points. In the U20 tournament, he ended up playing 7 games, getting 3 assists for 3 points. And when it comes to Vasily Podkolzin, he's very controversial prospect, but the LA Kings, I think, is a decent fit there. They've already got some Russians, guys, like even Kovalchuk, which hasn't worked that well up to this point, but I feel like an LA Kings type team could take a flyer on him. Now, I feel like LA really does need that center. I'm not sure why they wouldn't take him. Maybe they're really hoping that Kupari pans out, but a guy like Podkolzin could work in LA if given that opportunity and the patience. Now going over to the 6th overall pick, at number 6, the Detroit Red Wings will select Dylan Cozens. He is a center, Canadian, at age 18, 6'3", 181 pounds. Dylan Cozens is not the greatest fit for Detroit, but he's a pretty solid player that should go at least 6th overall. And when it comes to Detroit, he's a guy that can fix a lot of those problems, especially offensively. When it comes to that center core, obviously you got a guy like Dylan Larkin there. He's probably the number 1 and maybe the captain for the future in Detroit. But Dylan Cozens would be an excellent second-line center and maybe even a first-line center in a pinch. Now in the WHL, Dylan Cozens played 68 games, getting 34 goals, 50 assists for 84 points. In the World Junior Championship 18 tournament, he ended up playing 7 games with Team Canada, getting 4 goals, 5 assists for 9 points. Having a solid tournament, not the greatest, but a solid one. And when it comes to Dylan Cozens, he was number 3 in my rankings for a long time. He was a guy I was a pretty big fan of. He started to drop off a little bit in the last couple of months. There's been some worries on his end, but he could be a guy that maybe drops a little bit. Detroit could really use a guy like that, and while they might need some wingers more than they need centers or even defensemen, I'm not sure if a guy like Boehm Byron is going to drop to Detroit. It would be an excellent fit, but I feel like Dylan Cozens would still be a very good pick, especially at number 6. Now heading on to the number 7 overall pick, and the Buffalo Sabres will select Peyton Krebs. He is a left winger / center, a Canadian, 5'11" at age 18 and 181 pounds. And while obviously Buffalo would have liked to have Jack Hughes or Kaapo Kakko, after that, there's not better fits for Buffalo than Peyton Krebs. Now, Krebs with a terrible Kootenay ice and ended up playing 64 games in the WHL, getting 19 goals, 49 assists for 68 points. In the World Junior Championship 18 tournament, he ended up playing 7 games, getting 6 goals, 4 assists for 10 points. And Peyton Krebs is the real deal. The tenacity that he has, the energy of the game is through the roof, and he is a perfect fit for a Buffalo Sabres team that is lacking spirit, lacking character, and lacking efforts. And Peyton Krebs brings all of that in a complete package, offensively, defensively. And while it might be a little bit of a stretch to pick him number 7, the Buffalo Sabres will have an excellent player on their hands and will be the perfect winger to slot around Jack Eichel. Now heading on to the 8th overall pick, and the Edmonton Oilers will select Cole Caufield. He is a center / right winger, age 18, American, 7'7", and when it comes to Cole Caufield, I think he might be a little bit of a stretch at number 8, but he could be an amazing fit for Edmonton and could be the perfect winger to go alongside Connor McDavid. Now, Cole Caufield has been a big riser as of late, and he definitely does deserve that praise. In the USDP, he played 64 games, getting 72 goals, 28 assists for 800 points. Versus the USHL, he played 28 games, getting 29 goals, 12 assists for 41 points. With the World Junior Championship 18 tournament, he played 7 games with Team USA, getting 14 goals, 4 assists for 18 points. The kid's pretty good, to be honest. Now, when it comes to this draft, the Edmonton Oilers, I don't think are going to take a center. While there's some excellent centers that would still be on the board at this point, a guy like Cole Caufield will be an excellent winger to slot along a guy like Leon Draisaitl, along a guy like Connor McDavid, and could be the perfect fit for the Edmonton Oilers team that is lacking goals right now. And Cole Caufield can definitely bring that. He's shown that so far in the USDP, in the World Juniors, wherever he's been playing, he's been showing that completely, and he's been proving himself as that goal-scoring prospect. And I think it's a little bit more of a need rather than the best player available. With Cole Caufield, he is that right winger. He can be a center, but he's more likely going to be a winger on a team like Edmonton, and they can definitely use that. Again, Connor McDavid with Cole Caufield, and to develop Cole Caufield right would be absolutely dirty. Now heading on to the number 9 overall pick, and with the 9th overall pick, the Anaheim Ducks will select Trevor Zegras. He is a center, an American, age 18, 6 foot, 168 pounds. And when it comes to Trevor Zegras, if he goes to number 9 overall pick, I don't see him going back any farther, and the Anaheim Ducks likely will get one of the biggest steals in this 2019 NHL draft with the 9th overall pick. Now, some of you guys know that already, but I'm a big fan of Trevor Zegras. I had him number 5 in my mock draft a few days ago. I'm a big fan of what he can bring, especially talent-wise, and the Anaheim Ducks can definitely use that number 1 center. While I'm a big fan of guys like Sam Steele, I'm not sure if he has that number 1 line potential, but Trevor Zegras definitely has it. And to get that type of guy at number 9 would be brilliant for them. He would be the franchise center for them going forward and would be fantastic for them, providing a lot of offense. Now, he could be a guy that ends up dropping due to team need. I could see some teams in that 7 to 8 area, again, Buffalo and Edmonton, going for more winger-based prospects. And Trevor Zegras, he has played some wing in the past, but I think he is more of that center and will be that at the NHL level. But Anaheim will definitely take advantage of that. If he does drop to Anaheim, that would be an amazing pick for them to make. Now going on to the 10th overall pick, and the Vancouver Canucks will select Matthew Boldy. He is a left winger, an American, age 18, 6 foot 2, 192 pounds. And for the Vancouver Canucks, while there might not be this amazing talent still left for them on the board, Matthew Boldy is very solid and would be a fantastic first liner for years, and I mean years to come. Now in the USDP, Matthew Boldy ended up getting a 64 games played, 33 goals, 48 assists for 81 points. In the USHL, he played 28 games, getting 17 goals, 26 assists for 43 points. With the World Junior Championship 18 tournament with Team USA, he ended up playing 7 games, getting 3 goals, 9 assists for 12 points. And again, Matthew Boldy brings it all offensively. Whatever you can want, Matthew Boldy will do it very well. And that's what Vancouver can really need right now. While they could maybe use another center, I'm not sure about that with guys like Elias Pettersson, Bo Horvat, Adam Gaudette already on that center core. They could definitely fill out that wing spot. And while there is still potential for them to maybe go after another defenseman, I think they'll wait for that eventually, maybe even for next year's draft. But a guy like Matthew Boldy would fix a lot of problems for Vancouver and would fix them pretty soon. Now going on over to the 11th overall pick, and the Philadelphia Flyers, I think, will select Victor Soderstrom. He's a defenseman, Swedish-born prospect, age 18, 5'11", 178 pounds, and while there are some questions that Victor Soderstrom might not be available then, if he is available, I think Philly is 100% taking him at number 11. Now, in the SHL, he ended up playing 44 games, getting 3 goals, 7 assists. In the World Junior Championships team with Team Sweden, he ended up playing 4 games, getting 1 assist for 1 point. Now, I'm a pretty big fan of Victor Soderstrom. The two-way game that he has is excellent and could work very well in Philadelphia. While they got some amazing offensive talents there already with guys like Morgan Frost, Joel Verby, that I think is already covered, especially with the youth core they already have in the forward core. So I feel like with the defense, while there is some excellent guys like Provorov, like Gosper, and they're offensive, maybe even defensive as well, prospect defensively, could really work for them to square up that top 4 and to make it even better than it is right now. And moving on to the 12th overall pick, and the Minnesota Wild, I think, will select Dach. He's a center, a Canadian, age 18, 6'4", 198 pounds. And while Dach, I don't think, is the 12th overall prospect, I can see him slipping a bit. And if he is available for Minnesota, I think they will gladly take him with the 12th overall pick. Now, Dach in 62 WHL games ended up getting 25 goals, 48 assists for 73 points. In the playoffs with Saskatoon Blades, he ended up playing 10 games, getting 5 goals, 3 assists for 8 points. And with Dach, the main complaint is skating, but I don't think that will shield Minnesota's view too much, as the skill is definitely there. If Dach can develop his offensive skills and his skating at the same time, he can become an excellent player at the NHL level, and I do believe that. He could be a steal number 12 if he does drop that far, but he does have some definite talent, and Minnesota could definitely use that number 1 center going forward. Now going on into the 13th overall pick, and at number 13, I think the Florida Panthers will select Cam York. He's a defenseman, an American at age 18, 5'11", 176 pounds. And when it comes to Cam York, when it comes to the Florida Panthers in general, I think they are going on a defenseman. I think there's a very slim chance that they are drafting forward. They already got fantastic guys like Borgstrom, Heponiemi already on that forward core, at least prospect-wise. And I feel like they're missing that defensive prospect. While they already got Gildon, who's looking pretty solid, they could use that extra piece for defense. Is looking pretty lackluster right now, and Cam York, especially offensively, would fill that need almost instantly. Now going on into number 14, and the Arizona Coyotes, I think, will select Philip Broberg. He's a defenseman, Swedish, 6'3", 203 pounds, and in my personal opinion, this is a terrible idea for the Arizona Coyotes, but I think it's one that they will make. Now in the Allsvenskan this season, he ended up playing 41 games, getting 2 goals, 7 assists for 9 points. With the World Junior Championship team of Team Sweden in the U18 level, he ended up playing 7 games, getting 2 goals, 4 assists for 6 points. And he had a very solid U18 World Juniors, I will give him that, but I personally would not take him in the top 15 at all. He's at that point, it's not the greatest pick in my opinion, but he has gotten some serious draft stock since then, and I think he could be a guy that goes into the top 15. Arizona could be the type of team that take that risk on him, and while he would have to develop a lot of his key areas, if they do develop him right, he'll be an excellent skater and probably one of the better defensemen in the NHL. But it just becomes that skill, which is the problem. The skating is there, but not a lot of else is. Now heading on to the 15th overall pick, and the Montreal Canadiens will select Bobby Brink. He is a right winger, an American, 5'10" at age 17, 163 pounds. And while Bobby Brink might not be in too many people's top 15, I think it would be an excellent, smart pick for Montreal to make, and that seems weird because Montreal usually does not make smart moves most of the time. Now in the USHL, he ended up playing 43 games, getting 35 goals, 33 assists for 38 points. With the World Junior Championship team, U18 level with Team USA, he ended up playing 5 games, getting 3 goals, 3 assists for 6 points, looking excellent in that tournament. And while Bobby Brink might be a pretty underrated prospect, he could be a guy that, with that World Junior performance, could rise up in the draft exponentially. And it seemed like Montreal, who could use some more right wing depth behind Brendan Gallagher, he could be an excellent option and a great add for a team that needs some speed, needs some skill, as always. And with the Montreal Canadiens, again, making that swift move, making that smart move, I think it would be a good one for them to make to shore up some of that forward depth and would create a lot of good opportunities. Bobby Brink, again, I think is pretty underrated, and while he might take some time to get to the NHL, once he's there, I think he's a fantastic prospect and will be a great player in the NHL someday. But of course, with this video, I want to hear your guys' thoughts down in the comments down below. So, let me know, what do you think about my May 2019 NHL mock draft? What do you think about my prospect order? What do you agree with? What do you disagree with? Let me know down below. And of course, what would be your mock drafts? What teams do you see taking which players? But if you guys want some more Grav videos just like this one, you can click on this video to watch my May 2019 NHL mock draft and my prospect rankings. But that'll be it for today, guys. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you haven't already. Again, comment down below your thoughts on my mock draft and what your mock draft will look like. I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. Goodbye.